In this video, I just want to go over something which I think is really important, and this has actually led to a lot of my successful campaigns with native ads, and it's all about creative angles. And what I mean by creative angles is the different ways that we can actually promote an offer. So most people will see an offer and they'll spy on some spy tools, and they'll go, this is a weight loss offer. I'm going to create an advert saying this product is going to help you lose this much weight, and then they'll create a landing page just about that same thing, and that is their angle. This product is going to help you lose weight, because that's the most obvious thing. But what I found is that if you actually delve a little bit deeper, you can find unique angles and unique ways of talking to your target audience which actually get them clicking and get them buying. And I've had a lot of success with this. So in this video, I'm going to kind of show you how I brainstorm these different ideas that aren't always obvious when you first look at a product. But I'm also going to show you some live examples of campaigns that I've already run in the past to show you the different angles that I actually chose for them. So make sure you stick around to the end of this video, because it's going to be bullet points on a slideshow at first, and I don't want you to switch off and get bored, because I'm actually going to show you some live examples as well. But it's all really important stuff, so make sure you're paying attention. So first of all, you kind of need to have an idea of what makes people click and buy. So there's four main things that makes someone click on your advert and eventually buy that product. And they are fear, and then we've got desire, curiosity, and pain. Now these are quite vague emotions that someone might feel, and which actually gets them to click on your advert in the first place. And then it might be this that actually gets them to click through the landing page to your offer. So you always, when you're doing your copywriting and you're choosing your headlines and writing your headlines and choosing your images and creating your landing page, you should always have this in mind. Is it playing into any of these points? Because the whole goal of this is to get someone clicking through your funnel and eventually purchasing the product. Now, it's always good to have these in mind when you're thinking about your product. Now, you might not always think that, oh, this product plays into someone's fear, because it could be, for instance, the tinnitus product, which is about people's hearing. It kind of falls more into pain. So you're talking about someone's pain. It's painful when they've got a hearing problem, there's ringing in their ears. But then you might go, well, actually, the fear is that it could get worse if left untreated. So this is just to give you an overview of kind of what to have in mind when you actually come to writing things a little bit later on. But a good little task is this here. So there's 10 reasons why people buy, and I actually learned this from Jim Edwards, who's like a master copywriter. And it's these 10 reasons here why someone might buy your product. But this will really help us coming up with angles and brainstorming angles and different creatives, and I think it's really helpful if you actually go through this. So say, for instance, you've chosen your product, and this is the list here. It's make money, save time, avoid effort, escape mental and physical pain, get more comfort, attain better health, gain praise, feel more loved, and increase popularity. So these are reasons why someone would buy your product. They're a bit more detailed than the four emotions that I said earlier. But this is very helpful if you say, for instance, you've chosen your product and you kind of want to think of some different angles that other people haven't already thought about, the obvious angles that everyone's doing on the spy tools. So a good little task, what you can do is get your product that you've chosen and go through these and kind of think of like a few reasons, like 3 to 5 reasons, how your product helps each of these points. So say, for instance, you chose a keto supplement that you're going to promote, the one that I saw on Max Bounty earlier, and you think, I'm going to promote this keto supplement, and you kind of think, what different angles, because you don't just want to go, this is going to help someone lose weight because everyone else is doing that, or maybe you're testing that out but you want to test an alternative angle. So get this list out and go through and go, you might think naturally, well, a keto supplement doesn't actually help someone make money. And that's why this task is quite good, because you have to just rack your brain a little bit and think, well, how could it help someone make money? Well, it can't really, but the angle could be, if they take this keto supplement, they might lose weight and become more confident, which means they're going to get a better job. Or it could mean that they have got more energy, which means that they can work harder, which means they can make more money. And you might think, that's a little bit convoluted, it's a little bit out there. But that could be an angle for a headline on a website. It could be the top supplement that rich CEOs are taking that you don't know about. And then the the supplement could be about keto, or it could be the top diet that these, I'm just thinking off the top of my head here, but like the top diet that all big CEOs are currently doing. Read this now. And that's playing into someone who wants to make money because they want to become successful, and they're thinking about what a CEO's doing. And then it actually turns out that you're going to start talking about on the landing page, well, it's actually the keto diet. And a good way of getting into ketosis is with this supplement here. So hopefully you're starting to see that it doesn't have to be, oh, this is going to help you lose weight. It could be different angles that you can explore as well. And you can go through these and go, well, how can it help them save money? Well, actually, it's going to help them save money because they might not have to follow the diet and buy all of the meat and stuff that they're going to need for the diet, because they can just take a quick pill. So you could kind of explore that angle. It could save them time. It's going to naturally save them time in the gym or preparing food, avoid effort. And there's some quite obvious ones, but you do find little angles in here that you might not have already thought about. So it is definitely good to go through this list and try and think of a different thing. And I mean, they might not always work, but it's always good to have that different angle and test it against something that you've ripped to see whether you might be onto something. And I've had a lot of success with that. So now I'm actually going to show you some campaigns that I've been running and how I've chosen a slightly different angle to other people, and it's actually worked out quite successfully. So this is the campaign here. Now, this basically is a product which I got off ClickBank, which is it's like a course, like a video course that teaches a unique way of getting children to read more quickly. And it's an okay product. I promoted it. I didn't make that much money from it, so I've actually turned this off now. It wasn't that profitable. So I got rid of it in the end. But I just want to show you, because I'm happy to share this because it's obviously one that I'm not running at the moment. But I just want to show you how you can think of a different angle that other people aren't doing. So I'll just scroll down here. I just want to show you. So this is kind of like the angle that most people would go for. And it's this is just the adverts inside my volume tracker, which if this looks confusing, don't worry, because I'm going to show you how to set all this up a little bit later on. But this is the image here that I went for. It's a kid reading. I thought that's quite cool. And then it says, teach any child how to read like an adult with this crazy simple trick. And that sounds like an okay headline. I mean, it's worth testing it out, because parents might read that and they want to teach their kids how to read like adults, and there's a picture of a baby reading a big, like a Harry Potter book. And you might think, well, that's a good headline. And that's probably what most other people would go for. Like, this is going to teach your kid how to read quickly. And then you would run adverts to that. So I did test that out, and that didn't end up being profitable. So then I started to brainstorm different angles that I could use, and one which actually ended up being successful was this headline here, which is English teacher speaks out. What the region, so this would just change to wherever the person lives, so it'll be what the New York schools don't want you to know. Now, as you can see, that's a totally different angle, because it's playing on curiosity, which I talked about, because it says what the schools don't want you to know. English teacher speaks out, with a picture of a teacher with a kid, or a mum with a kid. And it's playing into curiosity at one point, but it's also playing into fear as well, because it's English teacher speaks out. It sounds like they're speaking out. And it says what the schools don't want you to know. And you start, if you're a parent and you're reading that and you've got a child in that area, in that school that's just populated up, and you're like, what they don't want you to know, well, what is it? What do I not know about? Is this a bad thing? Which makes you click. And it's all about getting the click. And the click is coming from the correct target audience, because it's a parent in that area that obviously cares about her children. So although we're using quite curiosity-based things, and we're playing into fears, and we're not saying it's about teaching the kid how to read at this point, we're still getting a lot of clicks, because people want to click on that and read and find out what it is. But we're also getting clicks from the right target audience as well, which is quite important, because it's people that would buy this product happen to be parents. So we're getting parents clicking on our advert. So as you can see, this isn't an obvious angle that most people would go for, but I found that out by brainstorming, like, how can this product play into a parent's fear? and then when they click on that, it leads through to this landing page just to show you kind of the whole funnel. And it's a very long headline. I don't know if this was the most successful landing page, but it just gives you a clear idea of how I then still move the angle to be about a course about reading. So the first headline is what the schools don't want parents to know, and then it says teacher reveals simple reading trick that will put the education system out of business and have your child skipping grades. Now we're still playing into the fear because it's what schools don't want parents to know, so it's still congruent with the advert that they clicked on, but we're also starting to mention, well, actually it's about a simple reading trick that they're going to learn as well. So we're kind of moving them on from this kind of like curiosity based headline, and we're still keeping it quite curiosity based, and we're not telling them we're selling anything at this point, but we're kind of moving them on to kind of the next stage in the funnel, and we're saying it's going to put the education system out of business, and it's going to have the child skipping grades. So now it's starting to play into the desire, because they want their child to do well and skip grades. And this is implying that the education system might be intentionally holding their child back because they don't want people to know about this. So then we're getting them reading this here, and I'm going to talk more about like landing pages and stuff a little bit later on, and copywriting for the landing pages and bullet points and stuff. But then they're reading this, and it says, when you hear how Jane managed to get her child to read so quickly, you'll be shocked. She shared this video, and then if they click on this video, it actually leads through to the VSL for this offer, which is teaching people about this course, which is going to teach kids how to read. And it's actually in that video, it is an English teacher speaking out, and she says in that, she actually says, this is what the schools don't want people knowing. So that's kind of where I got the angle from, and it gave me the idea to go down this route, and that actually worked really well, rather than just going for the obvious thing of watch this video and teach your kid how to read. So that's what I wanted to show you, that there's different angles that you can use. I'll show you another one as well now. And I just want to show you this campaign as well, which was a product that I was promoting, and I had some great success with this. It was a ClickBank offer for a weight loss product mainly, and I was running like traditional like weight loss style adverts and landing pages, and it worked. But I started to think of different angles, and this is a slightly different angle that I thought about, which actually works really well. And it's this here. It says, drink this tonight if you have swollen feet. You'll be back to normal tomorrow, with a picture of some swollen feet there. Now, that isn't talking straight to someone saying they're going to lose weight. It's speaking to a specific issue that they may have. So it's not just saying you're going to lose belly fat overnight like everyone else was promoting with this product. I was thinking of a slightly different way of standing out from the crowd, because the majority of people that are overweight will have like swollen feet, and it actually can be a sign of other things like diabetes and things. And they kind of talked about this in the VSL for the offer. They said it was a weight loss product, but they also talked about like swollen feet and the health benefits. So I took that element of it and decided to use that for the angle of my product. And then this is the landing page that it led through to. And it just really simple landing page, quite aggressive style landing page, which not every ad network will allow. But it just says, swollen feet, drink this at 8 p.m. tonight. It will reduce swelling and burn fat overnight. And basically, it looks like it's talking about some kind of recipe or some kind of product. They click on it, and it actually is a VSL, which was converting like crazy. And it basically sells them on a supplement, which they can help to reduce fat and reduce weight and reduce swelling. So I just wanted to show you that as another example of how you don't have to go for the same angle that everyone else is going for when you're doing this. And in this module, I'm going to show you more about creating individual headlines and creatives and stuff like that. But I just wanted to show you this video as an overview of thinking of different angles to have in mind while you're creating these headlines and landing pages.